this, we have got abundance card. Can you see? Can you see? This is act wisely. It's got this relief as well. Can we just get one more? Oh, we got the cauldron, which is transformation. Actually, I feel three is good, three is good. We'll see if there's any more that wants to come out. We got humility. Okay, that makes sense. I'm seeing coins, so gold coins. Okay, it's falling. Okay. Okay, we'll stop there. Okay, there's a lot of. We got earth. I just saw 133. This is the earth card, so it makes sense. There's humility and then there's earth. Okay, so you're immediately called to whoever this reading reaches, because I don't, there's no explicit hashtags here. There's two cards that calls for you to, I just saw 155, to be humble, keep it low-key, don't let the success go to your head. That's what I'm trying to get it, because there's two earth grounding cards. I just saw 211. There's two grounding cards here. I think whatever that you've been working on, it's going to come into fruition. So there's immense success that involves monetary gains, because I just saw the imagery of gold coins raining down from, it's like rain but in the form of gold coins. Okay, that's what I'm strongly getting. That's what I immediately got with this reading. But you're called to, the advice is to don't let it get to your head. Don't just recklessly spend. Don't just start tooting your horn. You know, that's what I'm strongly getting with this reading, because there's two. I don't normally draw 5 cards, I normally draw 3, but in this case I wanted more clarification, and 2 grounding earth-based cards came out, which is humility and earth, both of which are very grounding. Because I'm seeing a person with a balloon and you're being carried off, but you need to, your feet needs to stay firmly on the ground. That's the advice that's coming through. Because with this abundance card, that's the first card that came out, so I'll start with that. It literally says act wisely, because I'm hearing, because there's a ladder. Okay, now they're showing me a ladder. It's going to the clouds. Okay, there's a ladder going to the clouds, but one slip is all it takes to go back to the ground again. So it'll be a pretty bad fall. So you worked really hard to climb this ladder, okay, to the clouds. But if you mess up, if you start getting a bit too arrogant, for example, and you don't regulate yourself, and that's what I'm trying to get here, that's going to be your slip, and that's what's going to cause you to fall. Because they're showing me Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. Okay, it's that movie, it's that live action which Jack the Giant Slayer. That's literally the movie. That's literally what they're showing me right now. I don't remember every single detail of this movie, but there's a scene where the men were climbing the beanstalk, but then I think one of them slipped and fell. But basically that's the metaphor here. You're climbing this beanstalk. It takes a lot of effort, but one slip you're gonna just you have to start from square one again. That's what I'm strongly getting. So just the advice here is very simple. When the money starts coming in, just on 511, when the money starts coming in and then you're getting that recognition, just think 6 of Wands. I don't have tarot, but it's giving 6 of Wands energy. It's giving recognition. Okay, if you watch other tarot readers, because mine isn't tarot, but that's the energy that's giving 6 of Wands. We're riding on a horse and people are recognizing you for, they're not showing me exactly, because this is a general reading, but the success is immense. This is exactly what you want. Okay, and it's going to give you this sense of relief. This is a relief card, but the relief, it's more that I think it's not that you're glad it happened, you're glad that all the effort didn't go to waste. So the relief is that's actually quite interesting. It's very specific, because most people would just be glad that happened. I just saw 611, so I think that's confirmation. It's more that, oh, all the effort didn't go to waste, because I think there's this innate fear that you spend, I'm hearing 2 years. Okay, 2 years might be very short for some people, but I think 2 years for you is a very long time. It didn't pass very quickly. Okay, so you worked really hard on it, but it's more that, oh, you're thinking back on the 2 years and it's, oh, thank God it wasn't gone to waste. That effort actually meant something. So it's actually the relief. It's not that it finally happened, it's more that you gain something out of the efforts of the 2 years, because I'm seeing 2, but can we just get a dice? 10, okay. Oh, it could be 10 years. It could be 10 years. That is a very long time. Okay, I'm hearing Squid Game now. So in terms of the reference, they're showing me the director for Squid Game. I just saw 711, so I think that's confirmation, because I believe he waited 10 years before Squid Game broke through. That's the kind of relief you're going to feel in terms of that breakthrough and that success, and the 6 of Wands, the recognition. But it could be 10 months, you know, take out resonate. I'm hearing either 10 years or something that feels like 10 years, or 10 months, which is still quite a long time. Like 10 months is a long time, but take how it resonates. Yeah, there's something about being recognized here. Yeah, and the cauldron, if you watch my TikToks, I don't have access to TikTok right now, that's what I'm doing YouTube, but the cauldron is where it resembles money. This card always resembles some kind of wealth. Okay, it's indirect, but you're cooking like a cauldron, you're cooking like a potion of some kind, and now the potion is brewed and it's coming to fruition. It's also a transformation card. It makes sense, because you before the success you're person A, but then now you're person B, hence the transformation. But the key here is to try maintain to be that same person, because I'm also hearing the being grounded is regardless of what the external environment showcases towards you. That's so strongly getting, whether it's abundance or lack. I'm also hearing a little princess, which I will elaborate, but right now the message is very clear. So if you don't react to the environment, that's how you stay grounded. So it doesn't matter if you suddenly won the lottery, for example. And in terms of this recognition, it's a similar kind of feeling. It's subjective depending on what it means to you, abundance means to you. So if you don't react too strongly, if you just stay in the middle, that's how you stay grounded. That's what I'm strongly getting here, and that's the key to just. Can you see? The sky. She has the sky. This girl has the sky. She owns the sky. This is what the car represents. But she's tiny compared to the whole earth, right? Can you see how tiny she is? So the way this card can represent a million of things. You could be earth sign for starters, but the key here is no matter how, no matter what events are happening in terms of the largeness of it or the minuteness of it, if you keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, no matter how magical your surroundings are, I just saw 10 11, it'll keep you balanced and it doesn't put you at risk of making a rash decision, for example. Because when the money comes in, you have to just be like, well, this is normal. You'll be grateful, and then you just think, well, I wanted this is normal, this is my reality. But if you start spending a lot, it'll put you at risk of losing it, if that makes sense. Hence the humility card. Just act normal. Just act normal. Now I just saw 1044. That's why it says act wisely. Can you see these 3 cards tie very nicely together? These 3 cards. The message couldn't be any more clearer. Yes, I think you're gonna feel more relief than happiness, because the happiness card didn't come out. But there is happiness associated. I think you sort of mentally prepped yourself for something like this to happen. But the relief is well deserved. But that's quite interesting. That's why it's for a very specific group of people, because I think you're just glad that the years didn't go to waste. Could be 10 years, could be 2 years, so could be 2 or 10 years. But take how it resonates. It could feel like 10 years, but the reference that came through was the Squid Game director, because he was grinding. So I was just looking up, and it took him 10 years. Like, Squid Game is so massive, people don't realize how long he had to wait for that kind of breakthrough. And then the other reference was, what is it? A Little Princess. You see, I would suggest watching the movie, but she's like a prime example of staying grounded, because she went from riches to rags overnight. Like, it was on a party and then the dad passed away. It's not even a spoiler, it's literally in the prologue, the what is it, the blurb. And she still continues to act as if she still had money, which she doesn't. So she just maintained that groundedness, and eventually, maybe I shouldn't spoil, I will not spoil, but the whole point is, regardless of the environment, the inner world she maintained was exactly the same. You would not think she became a beggar overnight. So that's what the cards, the advice is. So when you were person A before this 6 of Wands recognition came, be the same person. Be humble and grateful and just the same as you're going to be person B after this recognition. So person A and person B should be the same. So you should just be the same. I think that is the definition of groundedness that's coming forward. But again, it is subjective, and not all readings will resonate with everybody, but that's what the guidance is coming forward as.